Most property content you'll watch this week will show you the highlight reel, the finished property, the first booking coming in, the profit number with nothing really underneath it, so I'm not going to do that. In this video, I'm going to show you every single number from a real rent-to-rent Airbnb property that I'm running right now. This is a bungalow in Sturminster Newton, Dorset. It's a really cool property. It has a hot tub, massive gardens, it sleeps 9. Going to show you the setup costs, the monthly costs, you know, what's the rent, the bills, the platform fees, all of it, and also the revenue month by month from the day it went live, including the slow months, the bookings that came in, the summer bookings that are already confirmed. So this is as transparent as property content gets. Let's go. So this property came to me the way a lot of my deals come in, and that's a phone call from a landlord. This landlord I've got a relationship with, I've had many properties from. So at the time, I was dropping my daughter off at nursery, and I came back to a missed call and a voicemail.
Oh, hi Kenny, hope you're keeping okay. Give me a ring as soon as you can, Kenny, because I've got a proposal that may interest you. All right, thanks, Kenny. I'd like to give you the first opportunity.
Boom. So I called the landlord back. He had a bungalow. Won't go into details of who the tenant was, but they have moved out and all of the furniture was still inside. Everything was really dated. Dentist green walls throughout. The kind of property that would make people think, there's a lot of work to be done here. So I knew the location. I've had Airbnbs in this town before, and the comparable was a successful listing in the same town, but they didn't have any parking, but they were always fully booked. Mine had parking, massive amount of parking. Massive gardens, scope for a hot tub. So when I did view it, all of this was going through my mind. Anyway, I had to sit down with the landlord, and here's what we agreed. So no deposit, no rent down front, 1 month rent free whilst I set it up, then the rent kicks in. That's it. We shook hands, signed the contract, and got the keys. That's how quickly things can be done when there's no mortgage, no selling, no stamp duty, none of the traditional kind of buying a property route. I'm just controlling it. It can happen all in one day. Just one conversation, one handshake, one contract. I want to be clear about the contracts actually, because this is where a lot of people get confused. It's a management contract, perfectly legal, it's standard, it's straightforward. It gives me the right to operate the property as a service accommodation for the duration of that term. The landlord gets guaranteed rent paid every single month without lifting a finger. I get to run the income from the property as a business. The contract on this property can be up to 5 years, potentially longer if we both want to extend. That's the deal. So now let's talk about what it actually costs. I'm going to tell you every single penny I spent on setting up this property. The property was fully furnished when I got it. It just was not what I wanted. You know, everything had to come out, had to go in the garage and be replaced or repainted. So here's exactly what I spent. In B&Q, I spent £850, and that was paint, tile paint, building materials for the hot tub. Yeah, just tons of paint. In Screwfix, I only spent £37. Lunches for the team, £162. Yes, I include lunches in the breakdown. You need to know how much this property cost you. Who is my team? That was my family. Right, my family came and helped me. My sisters painted 9 rooms, my sister and my mum. My dad cleared all of the gutters. That was an all-day job as well. My brother-in-law, amazing to him, he helped set up the hot tub foundation and build the pergola over the top. So I had to keep these guys fed. I spent £663 on mattresses, which I didn't think was too bad. And these mattresses, they don't come across as cheap. They're so comfortable. Spent £440 on Facebook Marketplace. Best sofa bed I've ever bought. Building supplies was about £460. The hot tub all in, right, was £3,250. The actual tub itself was £1,600, but then had to pay an electrician to install it, you know, the foundation, everything. Amazon was big, but I just went to town on Amazon. That was £2,165. And that was the bed frames. I bought the bed frames on Amazon. Ring doorbell, that was £130. Tons of bits and bobs, you know, all for the kitchen, everything. And then everything else, so Wi-Fi setup, the petrol for the whacker plate, charity shop bills, because there was a huge charity shop just around the corner. I just class them as miscellaneous. That was £613. So add all of that combined, that's an £8,640 setup cost. So that's for a detached bungalow, sleeps 9 people with a hot tub, tons of parking in North Dorset. Don't forget, £3,250 of that was the hot tub. So £5,390 to set that up. I think that was a very good budget. You know, we done well. I chose to invest in the hot tub because this is Dorset, right? It's a holiday destination. Hot tub is significantly going to increase the nightly rate and the occupancy. So that was a strategic decision, not an emotional one. So one more thing about the setup actually, before I move on, is I did a lot of this with my family. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. My sister painted, my mum showed up, my wife and her mum pretty much done the whole interior design. So if you are setting up your first service accommodation and you don't have a team like I did, as in family, then you'll pay a lot more in labor. So make sure you're budgeting for that. Don't get surprised by it. So the property went from a very dated dentist green furnished bungalow to a 9-person, has a hot tub, service accommodation, fully functional in 5 weeks and 6 days for £8,640. So here are the monthly costs, every single one of them. The rent to the landlord, £1,650. That includes council tax. The landlord wanted a clean number and council tax. He wanted it built in. That's fine by me. One less thing to track, right? Gas and electric is £200 a month. And I want to flag that because a lot of people will say that's BS. This is a large detached bungalow with a hot tub. I expected this to be a lot higher. It isn't. We upload meter readings at the start and at the end of each month, and it genuinely is coming out to what that is, £200 a month. My only assumption is hot tubs are more efficient than people think. Water, £75 a month. Wi-Fi, £33 a month. Platform fees, so Airbnb takes roughly 18% on every single booking. I'm converting more to direct bookings now because of my direct booking strategy. I'm also on booking.com and VRBO. But on the Airbnb percentage of my total bookings, the fee works out to around £315 a month on average. That's it. So that's every monthly cost, and that totals to £2,273 a month. So before anybody says about the cleaning fee, somebody's already thinking it. The cleaning fee is £130 per turn. Okay, so that includes linen. So that is charged to the guest. That's not my cost. It's in the price the guests pay. So it doesn't appear in my monthly outgoings. So the total cost to run this property is 2273. To break even, I need 2273 in net revenue per month. To hit my target of 2,000 profit per month, I need 4273. So keep those numbers in your mind. Now, let's look at what actually happened. So we have the Airbnb dashboard. This is £13,663. Right, that's a paid figure. Then we have booking.com, the reservation list. This is a screenshot of all the reservations and the upcoming bookings. So I'm going to be completely honest about this because I think the honest version is more useful than the inflated one, because everybody, all of the gurus just make it sound super easy and they're rolling in money. So I took the keys on the 28th of October 2025. October was 0 revenue, right? I was still setting it up. November, 0 revenue, still setting it up. 5 weeks of work, hence the rent-free period. So the property went live 10th of December 2025. That is just at the start of like the peak low season. Sturminster Newton is a rural Dorset market town. It is not a summer coastal resort, right? It is not a city with year-round demand. So I took this property on in winter on purpose because the market research you can do on low season upon taking on a property is the best data. It's the most reliable data that you can get. So there's already a successful service accommodation in this town. They don't have parking. They're always fully booked. I'm looking at that and thinking, if they're full in December with no parking, what am I going to do in July with parking and a hot tub? That was my logic, and I was prepared for a slow start, right? The first booking coming on Christmas Eve, so 10 nights. That was a family booking, 3 adults, 3 children, with a gross revenue of £1,840. So after platform fees of £305, net to me is 1,535. So that nearly covered the first month's rent on the first ever booking at Christmas in low season. Christmas is classed as like a national holiday event and you should expect a booking, but still, it's a brand new property with 0 reviews. So the review come back perfect, 5 stars across the board. So that review on a brand new property is worth more than almost any individual booking because it starts building the algorithm and the momentum that keeps these bookings coming in and fills the calendar. So let me show you 2026. So Airbnb net payouts, right, from January to June 2026 is £13,663. Then we have booking.com. This is obviously a separate platform, separate bookings, and the net revenue from January to June 2026 is £4,534. So the total net revenue from January to June this year has been £18,197. So that's an average monthly net revenue of £2,466. Now, I'm going to be straight with you guys. January and February and March were slow. We're in rural Dorset in winter. I expected it. I factored that in before anybody thinks, oh, you took on a property and it didn't work. I knew it was going to happen. The spring, come April, started to pick up. April was strong. May, we were this close to being fully booked. We had the first Sunday of the month not booked and the last Sunday of the month not booked. Fully booked in between. And that was back-to-back bookings. And just look what the summer looks like. Already confirmed and paid or scheduled. July the 11th, 2,475. July 25th, 557. August the 1st, 940. August the 8th, just under £1,400. August the 28th, £1,100. September the 5th, £565. September 26th, £570. VRBO booking from the 10th for 7 nights, just shy of £1,700. So total already confirmed bookings for July and August and September is nearly £10,000. 9,351 confirmed for the summer. And there are still gaps in that calendar that will fill. So before I do the overall numbers, I want to deal with something. Someone is going to write in the comments, yeah, but after tax, after expenses, it's nothing. So let me deal with that directly. Tax. Yes, I pay tax. So does every legitimate business. I have an accountant. It's handled. I'm not going to pretend that tax does not exist. But here's what those comments get wrong every single time. The expenses that you're looking at right now, so you have rent, bills, platform fees, those are already deducted from the profit figure. That's what profit means. Revenue minus costs. What's left is profit. Pre-tax profit, yes, but tax on profit is not a reason to avoid making profit. And for context, the expenses of running a property business are largely tax deductible anyway. Your accountant will sort that. Mine does. So when I see the comment, yeah, but after tax, what they're really saying is they haven't looked at the numbers properly and they want to sound clever. I'm not skint. I wouldn't say I'm clueless. I'm not hiding anything. These are the real numbers. I've shown you the whole cost breakdown, every platform shown, real bookings, real commissions, real revenue. If that's not enough proof, then I don't know what is. So let me pull all of this together. Setup cost. £8,640. That's only once. Never again for this property. The monthly costs are £2,273. That is the same cost for every month for the duration of the contract, give or take the fluctuation in bills. So the revenue that I've generated to date across all platforms in terms of net is £19,733. For the summer, we've already got confirmed £9,351. So the total committed revenue that I've had to date, and at the moment we're only halfway through the year, is £29,000 and 84p. The total costs for 1 year, including the setup, is £26,824. So my net position once summer completes is approximately £2,260 in profit for year 1. So year 1, which included 2 months of zero revenue whilst I set it up, we launched in peak low season in North Dorset. We had a very slow January and February and March, and I'm still profitable in year 1. And those figures, we've still got October, November and Christmas, and all of the gaps left in July and August. So that's a really conservative net profit. So here's what changes in year 2. The £8,640 setup cost is gone. That's done, right? Never paid again. The monthly cost stayed the same, £2,273. But now I've got a full year of data. I know what December will look like. I know what July will look like. I can price accordingly. I can market accordingly. I can time my direct booking push for the right periods. Year 2 of this property, it's the same costs, better data, no setup, is going to be significantly stronger than year 1. And this contract can be up to 5 years, potentially longer. So over the 5 years, conservatively, this one property generates well over £50,000 in net profit from a house I don't own. I did not buy this house. So guys, this is one property. I have others. My students have others. James, a former railway worker, now co-founder of an acquisitions business with me, has many properties. Dan, my HMO and social housing coach, has built a portfolio alongside James that generates a lot of money. We have many other successful students in our academy that you can go and watch the Mentee property playlist and listen to their story and the actual properties that they secured and how much profit they're making. This isn't just me and a select handful of students. I have helped so many students across the years. So the model scales because the setup costs and the process are the same whether you have one property or 10. You find the landlord, you sign a management agreement, you set up, you list it, you manage it. Each new property adds to the income without you having to go back to a bank, reapply for a mortgage, save another deposit. That's the leverage that traditional property investing doesn't give you at this level. A buy-to-let investor with £8,640 is nowhere near a deposit on anything. A rent-to-rent operator with £8,500 has a fully operational service accommodation unit generating income from day 1. Different game, different rules, different results. So there it is, guys. Every number, every cost, every booking, every platform, no highlight reel, no cherry-picked months, no inflated projections. This is a real property, a real deal, a real first year, including the slow start, the low season launch, and the summer that's proven that this model works exactly as planned. So if you're watching this and thinking, I could do this, you probably could. The process is learnable. It's a path that exists. You just have to walk it. The setup costs are manageable. The monthly costs are predictable. It's all done through a calculator. And the income, once the calendar starts filling, is real. So if you want to talk about specifically how this would work for you in your area, where you live, what your situation is, whether the numbers work in your area, then you can book a 15-minute call with me and we'll just discuss these things, right? So there's no pitch, there's no pressure, just a conversation about whether this business model makes sense for you. The link is in the description. So guys, go and watch how I set up this property from scratch. And if you found this video useful, then please subscribe, because every video on this channel is built in the same way. It's real numbers, real deals, no bullshit.